Welcome to the Leadership Launchpad Project, brains behind the business. It's your front row seat to the business elite. New episodes twice a week.
Welcome to the Leadership Launchpad Project. I'm Rob Kalwarowsky, and we have a special guest here today. TAV Airports, Candemir Akyıldız is with us. Candemir, how are you?
Fine, that's great. Thank you, Rob. Good to see you.
Thanks for joining the show. Absolutely. And so I always like to start the show with a quote, and I have one here from Napoleon Hill. And he says, "The man who does more than he is paid for will soon be paid for more than he does." And you'll see soon why I chose that quote, because of Candemir's journey. And so let's get into that. Candemir, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? And of course, tell us about that journey that you've been on during your career.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Rob, once more. Hi, everyone. My name is Candemir Akyıldız, and I'm 44 years old, and I have built my career in aviation industry. I currently live in Istanbul, Turkey. I completed my education in the Faculty of Transportation. But before that, I also had education to be a seaman. My initial focus was becoming a seaman. I earned a diploma as a civil captain for ships. It was my dream to work at sea as a captain, but I found my path shifting when I started my internship at Istanbul Atatürk Airport to complete my university education, as airport management was also part of the transportation faculty. During my internship, I developed a passion for aviation, which led me to continue my career in this dynamic sector. Upon completing my internship, I was offered a permanent position at the Terminal Operation Information Desk. After 6 years of working in the same department, I became the manager of my department. Over the past 24 years, I have taken on various roles within the same company, progressing through 7 different organizations and gaining international experience in 4 countries. On average, I had a new position opportunity every 3 years, enhancing my responsibilities. Of course, it was not easy to leave my comfort zone each time and deal with new challenges. However, I knew that if you don't leave your comfort zone sometimes, you will remain stagnant and eventually become outdated. During my experience, I never stuck to general practices of doing business. I always looked for new practices to improve the quality of my work or processes. This adaptability has allowed me to accumulate valuable experience in operations, airport management, human resources, and financial processes. Finally, I achieved the position of Airports Director for TAV Airports Holdings Central Management. As TAV Airports Holding, we operate 15 airports in 8 different countries. I'm based at the headquarters, setting the same standards for all airports, monitoring their performance, and supporting the implementation of international standards as Airports Director. Yeah, that's me, basically.
Amazing. And it's such an inspiring journey. And the one thing I would like to ask you about is, you mentioned that you constantly put yourself outside of your comfort zone. And this is something that I challenge all my leaders to do. How are you doing that today?
Well, the comfort zone change is, as I mentioned, not easy task. But for this, you need to be agile. You need to be ready for the change always. And of course, to be able to achieve successful each time on this change, we need to train ourselves, and also we need to have successors for our positions.
Amazing. Folks, so Candemir, can you tell us a little bit about what mission are you on, either personally or corporately?
As corporately, as TAV Airports Holding, a member of Group ADP, the largest airport management and operations platform globally. Our mission is to operate airports according to international standards, ensuring a seamless and comfortable journey for our passengers. Personally, my mission aligns closely with that of the company. I strive to actualize our vision through dedicated leadership and commitment to excellence in airport operations. Additionally, I'm passionate about fostering a culture of continuous improvement and innovation within our organization. By encouraging our teams to embrace new technologies and methodologies, we aim to stay ahead of industry trends and provide the best possible service to our passengers.
Can you share a bit more? Like, a fair amount of the folks out there work in, they're either entrepreneurs or executives, and they're trying to get continuous improvement as part of their culture. Can you share a bit more about what kind of things do you do and teach your folks to get them to take on that mindset?
First of all, we need to monitor, or we need to check the out of our group, and we need to think out of box. So what is going globally? Okay, maybe in Turkey or in our group we are doing something which is already good and fitting our passenger expectation, but the world is changing and the expectations are changing. So as much as we apply kind of benchmarks with the others, then of course, and also the needs, evaluating by surveys the passengers, the employees' expectations and their happiness, then we find out what we may improve and how we may improve our processes. And we apply this kind of surveys by global companies and internal surveys as well. And also we always apply benchmarks studies to improve ourselves, processes for the passengers and also for the employee satisfaction side.
Good. It's a hard thing to do, but I'm glad you're walking the walk.
For sure, it's not easy, but if you want to lead the sector, if you want to lead yourself, we should do it.
Absolutely. And about leading yourself, what do you do that other leaders don't?
It's a difficult question. While I cannot speak for all leaders, I can share my core beliefs regarding effective leadership. First of all, with the advent of the internet, globalization, and the speed of change have increased. As a result, people's expectations and needs are changing rapidly. In today's rapidly changing world, driven by globalization and technological advancements, it's imperative to remain open-minded and agile. Adapting to the evolving needs and expectations of people is crucial. If we cling too tightly to established practices, we risk becoming outdated. We should renew ourselves, lead change, and inspire our environment for the future. Moreover, I prioritize cultural respect and understanding. Every individual is unique, and each community has its own set of values and beliefs. As leaders, we must honor these differences and foster an inclusive environment. As a leader, we should respect people while running our operations or implementing something new. If you want people to respect you, you must first respect others. Trust is another cornerstone of effective leadership. To inspire confidence in your team, it's essential to act transparently and authentically, ensuring that your words align with your actions. Being a honest person always helps you to develop your leadership. Of course, All these practices may look like very generic or easy to implement. However, one of the most crucial things to be able to cover all those subjects and being a good leader starts by listening. To be an effective leader, we must have strong communication skills with active listening, which is one of the most crucial components. Some research indicates that active listening of a leader can improve problem-solving capabilities up to 30%, which naturally improve the team performance. Also, active listening affects positively the employee satisfaction and engagement around 25%. Additionally, effective listening of a leader builds a trust environment in the team, which I believe, no question on it, how trust environment can lead to achieve higher productivity and better outcomes. In summary, effective leadership requires being a good listener. By creating an environment where employees feel heard, leaders can boost engagement, improve problem-solving abilities, and build trust within their teams, ultimately leading to greater organizational success.
It's so funny, right? It's such a what we would think is such a basic thing to listen, to truly listen to people, and yet it's something that a lot of companies or leaders struggle with.
Yeah.
And it's also like for folks out there, do this at home too. Your kids, your husband, wife, your friends, they want to be heard too.
Definitely, definitely. Most of the time we prefer to talk instead of listening. But success starts by listening.
Candemir, I would love you to dig a little bit more into like how you're able to create that high performing culture. Like you mentioned that it's really important for you to be on the cutting edge and to be able to respond quickly and be agile, especially given the state of the world right now and technology and how everything's moving. How are you able to get your team to lean into those ideas?
As I mentioned, I believe first it starts with the trust environment, and our team members or our colleagues who is around us needs to feel themselves comfortable to talk or to against something. Maybe you are talking about something but which is not good or which is not correct for the certain moment, and they may propose you something better. So if you create an environment which they will not afraid to talk about their ideas, trust environment, and if they feel themselves confident, then they will provide you more detail openly, and naturally something may improve. And second, I believe, of course, today, together with this, we need to improve our team members some skills, and we need to give them a chance to be leaders of the future. So if we focus only for ourselves, we may lose to improve them, and then of course they may become weak and they may not support us.
Mm-hmm. How do you develop your team?
First, by this, what I mean by this, giving them a chance to talk, mm-hmm. and I listen them, and for sure, by coaching, by providing them feedbacks, positive feedbacks, most of the time, to motivate them. We need to inspire and we need to motivate our friends, our colleagues to grow or to improve themselves in their sector, in their business. Of course, this is, as we are talking about leadership, this is what I'm trying to do personally in my daily life. Other than that, for sure, the training is a must. Training is crucial to give them a chance to have technical trainings and also the soft skill trainings, such as depends on their positions, maybe sometimes communication related trainings, sometimes negotiation trainings, sometimes leadership trainings. Depends on position. We need to provide technical and also the soft skill trainings.
Amazing. I would love you to share, what were your 3 biggest learnings over your career?
3 biggest learnings. The 3 biggest learnings during my experience in the work life is, I could say, first, respect. Respect to the people, respect to the culture, respect to the environment. This is really what I learned that starts the success. And second, again, I can say listening the people, listening around me, the colleagues or friends, everyone. And third, I'm just trying to select which is more crucial, maybe. Responsibility.
You can share both.
Yeah, the responsibility is also crucial, to take the responsibility, whatever you are doing. Maybe you are father, maybe you are brother, maybe you are boss, leader, blue collar employee. Doesn't matter what are you doing, doesn't matter what is your role. We should respect and we should take the necessary responsibility for our role.
Amazing. That's something I think has changed in the last, 5 or 10 years. I've seen a big pivot in my career from folks holding themselves accountable and taking responsibility to trying to shirk responsibility. Have you seen this similar, or what do you see?
I couldn't catch.
Yeah, people taking responsibility and accountability. I think what I've seen in my career is there's been a shift where that was more the norm, and now people try to avoid taking accountability. What have you seen?
First of all, those those two are different.
Yeah.
Accountability is coming to you by your position, by your regulation, by something that you need to align, that you need to do accordingly something, and you have your freedom to select or not to select. If you don't want to get any accountability, then maybe you will not be a manager or director or whatever, any accountable position. Then this is your decision. You will not take this accountability. But responsibility is, as I mentioned, it's not an option. It should be in our life. Doesn't matter your role or your position, even in your social life. We should align. We should act according to our responsibility to environment, responsibility to the traffic rules, responsibility to working conditions, to everywhere. And that's why, for me, actually, responsibility is much more important.
Amazing. Now, I got to ask you, so what advice do you have for the folks out there who want to succeed in, the last month of 2024 and beyond?
For 2024 and for the coming period, I would like to share what I do and I believe should be done to succeeding for the future. The first thing is to be open-minded, agile, and ready for change. Being ready for change starts with ourselves. First, we should be prepared by reading, researching, and mentally. Then we need to support our colleagues to improve as well by training them, giving them a chance to try new things, but of course, balancing their social and work-life needs. If anyone in our team is unhappy because of work or their family social life, we cannot expect positive results anywhere. A fulfilled team member is more likely to produce positive outcomes. To be able to achieve this goal, an important skill could be to present an occasional leadership. By applying an occasional leadership method, we will be able to improve our team members' leadership and decision-making skills. Again, the academic research indicates that applying occasional leadership method can increase team adaptability, employee engagement, problem solving, decision making, and innovation skills. Adopting this model allows organizations to develop a more vibrant and empowered workforce, which in turn leads to enhanced success and resilience. Additionally, I believe in the importance of continuous learning and self-improvement. Staying curious and seeking new knowledge can help us stay ahead of the curve and adapt to the ever-changing business landscape. Again, about the leadership or how, this related to be a good leader. For myself, a genuine care for my colleague and a commitment to their development along with myself. I have observed that some leaders don't give the importance to improve their team members or prioritize their own position by surrounding themselves with less qualified team members, fearing that competent individuals might challenge their authority. However, I believe that by empowering and developing highly skilled team members, we create an environment where everyone can excel, thus enhancing the collective strength of the team. Nevertheless, when you have more qualified team members, they will challenge you and you will have a natural power to improve yourself. As a result, you will improve and become more powerful as a team. The one-man show is an outdated management style. Additionally, cultivating successes is essential for long-term organizational success. A leader should be focused not only on their own advancement, but also on nurturing future leaders who can elevate the organization further. Another benefit of this approach is you may have the opportunity to move to a higher position by this. Otherwise, you may remain in the same position for a long time. Of course, this also depends on your goals and aspirations in life. Do you want to stay in the same position during all your life, or do you want to grow yourself?
Such great advice there. It's absolutely true. I've seen it with a few folks. Is basically they've failed to train a replacement, and so they're unable to get promoted, and so that's totally a thing, and it's great advice. Now, Candemir, can you tell us a little bit about TAV Airports and how can folks out there support you?
Well, I'm proud to be a member of TAV Airports Holding. Through its subsidiaries, TAV Airports is active in airport service business, including duty-free, food and beverage, ground handling, IT, private security, and commercial area management. TAV Airports provides integrated services in all areas of airport operations, with a global footprint at 110 airports in 33 countries. It operates 15 airports in 8 countries, and in 2023, the company served 96 million guests in our airports. So our passengers play a crucial role in our success. By sharing their experiences, they can help us enhance our service quality. We have several company values, and our core values, hospitality, responsibility, and respect, guide our operations, and we appreciate any feedback that aligns with these principles.
Amazing. I assume then, if given the how many guests you serve, I'm sure most of the folks out there have flown through a TAV airport at some point, at least probably in the last few years. So that's amazing. And for folks out there, of course, I've dropped Candemir's LinkedIn in the podcast notes, so you can find him and connect with him on LinkedIn if you want, and as well as TAV Airport, the website, so you can check it out there. Now, we have to ask you our favorite question here on the Leadership Launchpad project. What do you want your legacy as a leader to be?
Mhm. Well, I aspire to leave a legacy characterized by a well regarded company known for its excellent reputation and supportive work environment. My goal is to create a culture where team members feel valued and motivated to reach their full potential. I want to be remembered for fostering an atmosphere of open communication and mutual respect where diverse ideas are celebrated. As a result, I hope that my influence inspires my team members to evolve into the leaders of our industry, continuing to uphold and advance our shared values. I believe that a strong legacy is not just about results, but also about empowering others to thrive, ensuring that the positive impact we create endures long after my time as a leader. Furthermore, I hope to be remembered for my commitment to sustainability and innovation, leaving behind a company that not only excels in its operations but also contributes positively to the environment and society.
Amazing. It's you are inspiring, and I'm sure it's a pleasure and a joy to work for you. I think that would be sounds amazing, and thank you for joining us on the show so much. For folks out there, of course, if you're looking for leadership development, executive coaching, head on over to elitehighperformance.com for all of that. And Candemir, is there anything else you'd like to share with the folks that maybe we've missed?
Well, I would like to just thank you for this great opportunity. This is also really very important chance for myself to improve my leadership and speaking. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for joining us so much. And for me, where I want to leave folks this week is what Candemir reinforced throughout the show is being open, being curious, having a growth mindset, and really learning from not only the people around you, but also learning from the businesses, your competitors, the world, what's going on, training, all these things. Because that's how, given the rate of innovation and the change in the world, that's how we're going to stay at the top or even improve ourselves as we go. So incredible advice there, Candemir. Thank you so much for joining us this week.
Thank you, Rob. It's my pleasure to talk with you.
Thank you. And everyone, Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you all next week.